Hello there, welcome to my channel, Mo Moon. My name is Mo, welcome. In this video, I will be attempting to continue my series, Qliphothic Journeys. So last I left off with you guys, I was in Samael, the poison of God. And I have since then traversed through the tunnel of Set, guarded by Parphataxis. I will insert a picture of the ritual there. So that was my ritual to get permission to get through the tunnel of Parphataxis. And right now, the only thing that I can think about is what that experience was like. And as you see in the video, there is a black mirror. I did attempt to scry the black mirror, and it was like looking into an abyss. I just felt that the darkness was endless, and it felt like I could just keep looking at it for eternity because it was never going to end. And that night I did have an experience of traveling through the tunnel. But prior to that experience, or maybe during that experience, I was also experiencing past lives. Excuse me. As you may or may not know, I am a witch. I am a Luciferian witch, and I have had several lifetimes on this earth before this one, as well as a couple lifetimes on other planets in my past lives. And one could argue that your past life is your present life, because time only exists in certain planes, such as Gaia, the earth. And we can calculate time by looking at Gaia and seeing how many times she can change. So before I get into entering into Arab Zarak, because I'm not quite sure yet if I know the lesson of Arab Zarak, but I do know the lesson of Parphataxis. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly. I should be, since I chanted his N a few times. But so I was lying on the couch. It was really weird because I woke up in the middle of the night. I just kind of like woke up like as if I was coming out of like a startling nightmare. And I decided to come to the couch. And on the couch, I just kept feeling my spirit leave my body. And it was very scary because I knew that my mind was still here, but the rest of my essence was traveling, astral travels. I do feel that astral travel is a accurate way to describe these travels, because they were during my dreams, during my sleep, and they weren't intentional. They were kind of just happening to me. Whereas if it was witch flight, I would feel that it would be more intentional, and it would be of my own free will. So, excuse me. So as I was lying on the couch, very much disconnected from my body, but present in my mind, I started to feel opposition, and I started to feel an energy of persecution. And when I say persecution, I mean because I'm a witch. And I know that I've had all of my past lives, I've been a witch. And so it stands to reason that I have been persecuted for being a witch in my past lives. And I know of 3 times that I was put to death in my past lives for being a witch. Once I was hanged, once I was burned at the stake, and once I was drowned because I was thrown into the water with a weight tied around my ankle. So I started to feel each of those 3 experiences consecutively, and it started to feel like I was hanging, and I was starting to, I'm sorry if this is trigger warning for some of you, please turn it off if it's too much, but I was starting to feel like my body was wriggling as I was trying to stay alive being hanged. That is the death that I remember the most. And I could hear the jeers of the jeering of the crowd. And when I say jeering, hopefully I'm using the right word. I mean the criticism, the ridicule, the shame, the feeling of being a sinner, doing something wrong, being a convict, being a criminal, being evil. The crowd was making me feel all this, and they were in agreement with me being hanged. And it was somewhat painful. I don't know if it wasn't really painful in my body because obviously I wasn't experiencing it physically, but it was very painful. The memory of the pain was very painful because, as I said, my mind was still in my head, though my body was elsewhere. And so in my head, I could remember the pain that it felt like to be hung and to die by hanging. And it almost felt like I was being freed when I burst into hundreds of ravens. I want to say thousands of ravens, and I burst into thousands of ravens, and my body was dead, but my spirit had gone on, and I didn't even own a body anymore. So it's very interesting because then I heard the words ravens of dispersion, and that kind of leads me to Arab Zarak's gates, because that is what Arab Zarak is called. It is called the ravens of dispersion. Just like Samael was called the obscene one. Oh no, Samael was called the poison of God. Gamaliel was called the obscene one. And Lilith, I don't know. And now as I am approaching, and I have gone through the gates of Arab Zarak, and I'm now waiting for the lesson of Arab Zarak. But that traveling of my soul through the tunnel of Set towards Arab Zarak, I could feel myself vibrating and traveling through a tunnel, and very much being in a tunnel. And then as I died by hanging, my body exploded into 1,000 ravens, and then I heard the words ravens of dispersion, the ravens of dispersion. So that's pretty much where I'm going to leave off with that. I don't really know what the lessons of Arab Zarak are as of yet, and because of this reason, I don't want to get into the things that are associated with Arab Zarak too much, and I don't want to try to explain what the lessons are from there that I have learned, because I have not learned them yet. I went into ritual to enter a Rabzarak last night. So as you can see, it has been fairly recent that I have entered a Rabzarak. So as of yet, I only have a faint trace of what this is about based on what I know about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too boring and maybe even interesting for some of you or all of you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.